Okay, everybody, what's up, man? Let's do this live stream. I'll give it like 1 minute so everybody can join me. Give some people some time to get in and go from there. Hope everybody is doing very well tonight. It's going to be a very detailed live stream. We're going to cover the market and just my thoughts on how to extract profit from this market in a very shitty time right now. I think that the sentiment and the view of the market is completely fucked up right now, and people are just absolutely delusional with how they believe that just holding is gonna make them profitable right now. Okay, so let's give it a minute, then we're gonna jump into it. So I'm in the Philippines right now, guys. I'm in the Philippines, and oh, my camera's a little bit off here. Give me a second. Yeah, I'm in the Philippines for the next 3 months or so. So it's gonna be pretty cool. Met up with some friends already here, and we went out for dinner and had a really good time. Just seeing a little bit of a traditional Filipino cuisine, which I love. I'm in love with the Philippines, man. Like the food, the people, the culture. It is on another level compared to Turkey, compared to Europe. When you go to Europe enough, and I've been to like 80% of the countries in Europe. I'm serious, from like, from France to Spain to Romania to Ukraine to Serbia. I've been to it all, and I live in Turkey. I've been everywhere in Europe and the UK, and I gotta tell you, man, when you go somewhere like the Philippines, it is something very different than what you might think, right? Of course, there's, it's like Turkey in a way where there's going to be a gigantic income disparity between some people that live outside of the major cities and compared to the place that I live, which is BGC, which is a Bonifacio Global City, which is kind of like, from what the locals say, it's like a place that's built for rich tourists. Completely different, but at the same time, the food is incredible. And the cost of living here is very affordable for an expat. I've got to admit that after being here for 1 week, it's one of my favorite places in the world. And there's a large part of me that could live here, mainly because of the culture, the food, the prices, and some of the friends that I have here that make it a very worthwhile experience. Okay, so welcome everybody to a live stream. This is the first live stream that I will be having and I'll be hosting after arriving in the Philippines. I needed to settle in first. So a lot of people are probably wondering what kind of setup I have. This is the setup that I have. I'm running a tiny computer that's about the size of my hand. This is the computer. I don't know if you can see it, but let me just show you guys the computer that I run. You guys are gonna be blown away if you've never seen it. This right here, it's the size of my hand. This is my mini PC. The mini PC is a Ryzen 7 CPU, a Ryzen 7. It's fast. It's got 32 gigs of RAM. It's also got 1 terabyte solid state hard drive. And I'm running two 27-inch monitors that are at 100 hertz each. And that's all that I need. I brought my mouse, my microphone, my web cameras, and my Corsair K100 keyboard, and also mouse pad from home. So I'm running a very inexpensive rig. This whole rig right here costs under like $1,500. That's really all that I need. Compared to the rig I have at home, that's like $20,000, and this is more than enough. So, guys, I hate to break it to you, but the sentiment for Bitcoin right now is it's just not looking good in any way. And the reason it's not looking good is because of this major bull trap that we literally just had. This was the one time where I really thought that Bitcoin was going to give us hope. After almost 3 weeks, Bitcoin breaks out, and then instead it just basically bull traps everybody. Actually, longer than 3 weeks. It was since the January high there, it was 32 days. And that bull trap was one of the most devastating bull traps that I've seen, where everybody went long on it, except for me. I didn't go long on it. I have no more portfolio. My portfolio is vaporized in terms of I'm cashed out, all in USDT. I will not have a portfolio anymore in this particular cycle. I've made enough, and the main reason that I exited is to reduce stress. That's very important to understand. The stress involved is too high and the exposure is too high to carry a portfolio. And the second reason is because I don't want to be looking at the longer term outlook in crypto as much anymore because I just don't believe in it the way that it's trending. Maybe I'll be entirely wrong and the market will flip. The majority of times when the market does flip, it's when the market sentiment is so fearful and when we are so far at the bottom that it begins to flip, and that's where everybody is like, oh, I wish that I got in. I wish I didn't sell my portfolio. But you know what? I'd rather not take on that burden of having to manage a portfolio. So instead, I've shifted my focus to day trading, and that's what I heavily specialize in. I believe that day trading is going to yield much more opportunities for me and also much less stress, much more profit, because you wake up, you look for opportunities for that day only, you go to sleep, you're not in any positions, and you can still make a substantial amount. Like for example, people were asking for my P&L, right? This was during the Trump election. Right after the Trump election, for 1 month of day trading, in a very good month, I took in $466,000. That is ridiculous. Okay, and then in a slower market now, people are like, oh, Philakone, but how are you doing now in a bad market? I still took on $44,800. One day, I took on a big loss of 27K. That was on BNX, right? I thought the channel was going to break down, but it broke upwards. But that's okay. I made everything back and even more. So even in a very bad market where Bitcoin is dropping and not much is happening, in 2 weeks, I still took on a $45,000 profit. That's substantial, and that's barely trying, to be honest. That's also considering that I was packing to get ready to move to the Philippines for 3 months, right? And also, I had family that was visiting me as well. For example, I had my lady's family that was visiting me till February the 3rd. February the 5th. So I had family over until February the 5th, and then I even had to pack. So this was a really crappy month for me. But it's still very easy for me to average about $100,000 a month, even in a crappy market, because I'm trading anywhere from normally like $200,000 to $500,000. I just need to make 1% a day, and it's a very substantial amount. So if you think that you're going to make a substantial profit just from basically holding and hoping that the market continues, you also have to understand the exposure that you have in the market right now, which is extremely high. And yes, it's February already, or actually almost March already, and maybe the cycle could continue. But if you take a look at the other months so far, right, the equivalent years of a bull market, in 2017, we had a very bearish January, and then a very bullish February, right? But if you take a look here, 6% barely, negative 6%. That's pretty crappy. In 2021, the equivalent years, both months were wild. 14% in January, 49% in February. This is nothing like the other cycles that we've seen. The sentiment right now, when you look at it fundamentally, is very bullish, but the retail sentiment is super bearish right now. And it doesn't matter what anybody says. You can just take a look at how the sentiment is, guys. The weekly chart is soaring to the downside. Whether you want to admit it or not, the weekly chart is fucking soaring to the downside. We are also about to break the major super trend indicator, which is not good. Every time this indicator gets broken, the market gets shattered by like 30%. So not looking good. I mean, the first time that we broke below it was basically in September of 2023. And then after that, it was like in June. But when it broke, like last time, it fell down 25%. And then before that, it fell down for a long period. It fell down another 17%. So don't be surprised if we actually close bearish this week, which is in 7 days, that we're going to have some major drops to the downside. It's overdue. We have not even had one major 30% drop yet. I think it's overdue. If you take a look at Ethereum, nobody thought, guys, for a moment that Ethereum would actually hit these lows for the trend line. In fact, I was in a position where I was holding $1.4 million of Ethereum, My liquidation price was $26,000. That was the day that I took on a $75,000 loss for my long positions on Ethereum. But had I not taken it because I thought it was going to eventually bounce, I literally would have been liquidated the entire position. And right now, just looking at Ethereum, it's looking horrendous. It's looking like it's in a pattern, a channel pattern, that is literally about to break down to test 24,000 again. And then if you look at the other major coins right now, like Solana. Solana is on a record to hit probably another major low. I'm going to predict that Solana is going to hit about $123. It's going to hit the 2024 lows. There's no way it's going to randomly stop right here then just bounce. If you take a look at a coin like XLM, they're starting to just grind their way down. Near Protocol, Sui, right? Polkadot, they all look fucking horrible in every way. I mean, Polygon, all the major coins have all dropped. We're talking 60 to 80% right now. So if you want to take on the risk of dollar cost averaging, that's up to you. Please, by all means, take on that risk if you want to. But personally, myself, I refuse to do that anymore because it adds a lot of stress to my life, waiting for a bounce that's just not happening right now. And yes, I can take on a smaller investment or smaller size for swinging, but I'd rather dedicate all of my money to day trading right now. And that's why it's so critical to diversify your skill set in crypto and not only be able to buy a bunch of coins and hope that the market resumes, because sometimes it just might not. We have no idea. Everybody that's telling you that bullshit like, oh, the market's gonna go back up, altcoin season's just around the corner, when the market sentiment is so bearish, when there's blood in the streets, it's time to buy. They don't fucking know shit. I'm telling you, because I don't know shit either if it's gonna happen or not. We don't know anything. But what I do know is that the skills that people have in day trading, it's always gonna be there, and they're always gonna be able to capitalize in any type of market. And that's why I started the Platinum group. If you guys are unaware of the Platinum group, make sure that you take a look at the link below that will send you to my Twitter. The Platinum group of mine will have 50 people that will have the ability to day trade with me. I'm going to live stream my desktop, narrate every single trade, explain the logic behind entering and exit the trade all live for 8 hours a day. And I'm also going to explain the risk management and the exposure behind each trade. And the fee is fairly substantial to join it. But the reason the fee is so high is because, one, I have to reduce my position sizes to make sure there's enough liquidity for everybody to trade it. Usually, I'm the whale by myself because I'm trading 500K to $1 million. Many times, I'm literally 1 to 2% of the entire volume of any coin that I trade for that day. So because of that, I've got to reduce my position size to make sure that other people can get in. And because of that, I'm taking on a lot less profit. And secondly, it's going to take a shit ton of my time. I could be trading alone, solo, and making much more profit. So to offset that cost, I have to charge something substantial so everybody can benefit eventually by winning the trades as well, by having liquidity to trade it as well, and also to compensate for the loss in profits that I make. So right now, there's 8 people that have signed up for it already. It's a lifetime membership, and the fee is simple, guys. It's $20,000. Now, to you, that might sound like a lot, right? But to me, it's not a lot, and to professional traders, it's really not a lot. So it's only targeting people that have, first of all, the income to trade and also the experience. But it's not a one-time fee of $20K. It's 4 times, okay, and each time is $5,000. So if you would like a spot to live trade with me, DM me. There's 8 people in it right now. $5,000 will guarantee you a spot to live day trade with me for the months of April, May, and June. And then we go from there. Once you reach 4 payments of $20K, you have a lifetime membership with me. What I do guarantee is that you're going to gain a tremendous amount of knowledge, and whatever position sizes that you're taking, hopefully it's between 10,000 to 50,000, you will probably make that back way much more in the first few months that you're with me, because I plan to lead this group for day trading to another level, simply because I don't believe that investing is doing anything for anyone anymore. So that's why I've taken the approach to start day trading very aggressively. And I've already had many live streams in the group already. We've won every single trade so far. I've live streamed 7 times. I've made a profit of $28,000 myself, and we won 7 out of 7 trades. We will only focus on the same type of trades, guys. The reason people lose trades is because they go for that, they go for this, they go for here, they go for there. They cannot be consistent for shit. They're going to try to trade every single thing that comes up, and that's not good. The best thing to do is to only focus on the trades that you know you can win based off of your track record, based off of your history, based off of your skill set. So I will only take on trades such as hunting for a 5th wave to short or trading a 3rd wave continuation. Those are literally going to be the only 2 trades that I take. Not only that, my lady and I, we are a team. We have always traded as a team for about a year now. She will be the one hunting for the trades for us. So her job every single day, every single hour, every single night is to basically build that watch list to hunt for those trades. And my job will be to do the technical analysis to decide which trades to take and then live stream with you guys. Now imagine being in that kind of group. Imagine what you can learn rather than just holding a shit ton of stupid coins right now and hoping that it skyrockets. And it's done nothing for us right now. So it's time to take a different approach of trying to extract money from this market. So just to summarize, like, I don't think that Bitcoin's going anywhere for a while. I think Bitcoin's going to hit a very, very firm $91,000 again very soon. Do you really believe it's going to stop here and then just go to the upside? No, it's not. It's much more likely to hit this $91,000 range and then much more likely to break it. Because right now, we are at the weekly super trend indicator. Once this breaks, it's going to be hell. It's going to be disaster. And I think that it's finally time to break. So right now, if you take a look at this wave has only retraced about not even 236, right? Like barely 382. So I think it's going to eventually get down to over here or even 74K to retest it one more time. If you think about this wave, right? If we got to 74K, it's pretty much the golden ratio retracement. There's no guarantee that we're going to get there, but never discount the possibility of actually getting there. So guys, I am super bearish right now in the market. The sentiment only dictates one way, which is down. If I am wrong for some reason, you can laugh at me. Go ahead. It's just going to be a miracle if the market can recover spontaneously. And if the market does end up recovering and I'm wrong, great. Then it's going to give us a better entry to DCA once we have confirmation that the market has resumed bullishly. We'll be able to DCA. We'll be able to buy on dips. Also, the market's going to be bullish on many altcoins that we can day trade or short at a peak. Great. If I'm wrong, I don't care. It's going to be even better if I'm wrong because it's going to bring a better market for me. But even if I'm right and the market continues, it doesn't matter to me because I will be able to profit in any market condition when it comes to day trading, and that's what I specialize in. So right now, all I can say is fuck the long-term outlook. Let everybody do their bullshit analysis of guessing how it's going to be or giving you FOMO that the market is going to continue. But let's face it, your portfolio is bleeding out of your ass right now. And every time you DCA somewhere, it reaches a peak and then all hope is destroyed because all that progress gets lost. And that's the fact. Whether you want to admit that or not, that is what's happening in every single person's portfolio. So why would I want to keep investing in something? It's been January. It's going to be 3 months very soon of DCing where everybody has lost money. So fuck that. I'm out of that long-term gain. I'm going to go for like $100,000 to $200,000 a profit every single month by day trading. And that's going to be my focus. Okay, so guys, I'm bearish. I'm going to focus on day trading. If you guys are doing very bad in the market right now and you're stressed about crypto, you have to really look at the bigger picture and see what you should be doing to stay in the game. Should it be DCing further? Do you want to take on that risk? Ask yourself. Do you want to take on that risk and DCA and hope that the market continues? Maybe you'll be right. And if you are right, you might have to deal with a shit ton of pain before you're right. And that pain, man, you all know you get to that limit and that threshold where you're like, this is too much for me. I can't do this anymore. So you back out of it, right? But, you know, if that's for you, I'm not saying you should stop DCAing or stop investing. I'm saying that make sure you understand the pain that you're going to need to go through before the market can resume. And fuck, for all we know, maybe this bull market's even over. Despite everybody saying, this is the number one argument, okay? The number one argument is this chart. The chart is like, okay, every ROI having, we have gone to the absolute moon. Okay, we have gone to the moon after every ROI having, and it took about 530, 540 days. But you know what? This is a new cycle, new administration, new regulations, a billion, like there's like 4 million coins out. There's like 3.5 million meme coins that's fucking up the market. There's presidents that are creating coins to fuck us over. Argentinian president, American president. Who the fuck do you trust, man? Maybe, for all we know, this cycle's over already. You don't know shit from left to right, from dick to vagina. This market could be over. I'm not saying it is, but you just never know, right? That's why I'd rather be cautious right now and remove my exposure in this kind of market. I don't want to be overly exposed right now, okay? So guys, I'm going to end this trade here right now. Or sorry, this live stream right now. Yeah, exactly, Edward Park. Crypto Rover is a fucking joke. He's a fucking joke, man. Like, the guy just does it for views, to sell content. He'll never be real with you. You know, like, you don't want to follow people that's always going to be bullish because they're not real, man. You want to follow the people that can keep it real with you and actually give you good advice. And the advice I'm giving you guys right now is be scared because the market is scary. Don't be overexposed right now. Okay, holding and hoping is a good strategy, but if you're holding and hoping and the market tanks, you're gonna go through so much fucking pain. So sometimes it's better to just remove your exposure and risk right now, and that's what I've done, and that's why I'll be only day trading. So if you guys want to join my platinum group, sign up, DM me for information, or take a look at the link below. So we'll talk soon, and I'll be sure to give you guys a live stream much more often. So stay very safe, my friends, because I want the best for all of you. Signing off from the Philippines with my first live stream. Have a great night, everybody, and take care. Thank you for joining me.